Hi, we're recording. Welcome to Drinks of Larry, episode No Idea, Quarantine Week 5000.
Yes.
Everybody holding up okay?
I'm still working.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
So we're all good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone's losing their job. We're all still working.
All right, so we're fine. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we have a big guest tonight, so we would like to get started. But first off, thanks to Civilized Creatures Network, and thanks to BioBidet for keeping my butt clean and
Exactly.
not using a lot of toilet paper.
Exactly. Run out of toilet paper, get a BioBidet. It'll clean your butt for you.
Promo code Larry. And tonight we've got a kind of a clip show, but we've got a Brian's here, obviously Stephanie's here, and we've got a guest on. And I'm going to send him the invite now so he can come on in. His name is Jesse Camacho.
Camacho.
Jesse Camacho, and he'll be here in a minute. So while we're waiting for him, everybody holding up well, enjoying this winter weather.
Oh man, I can't wait. We're supposed to get lake effect snow this weekend. I'm ecstatic.
I'm pumped.
That really pisses me off.
Why?
Cause I want to be like, I want to be outside and like.
Well, if you're gonna be stuck inside, it may as well be cold.
True, but if I'm stuck at home, I can do stuff outside and like, you guys live in like townhouses and stuff.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
Like, do your yard.
I know, it's awesome.
I went outside and raked like some leaves. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
My mom broke her leg again. That's fun.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, she was at church cleaning up her little area that she volunteers to clean up outside, like she does like the flowers and shit.
Mhm.
When she's doing that, she falls, or she's cleaning up and she's raking stuff up and she's putting stuff in the back of her car. I call her because she's not at home. I'm like, hey, where are you? She's like, oh, I'm at church. I was going to call you to come help me with this heavy bag. I already have 3 of them in there, but this last one's really heavy and I can't get it. I was like, okay. She's like, but don't worry, I'll figure something out.
Oh.
Well, her plan was to ask her friend to
Mhm.
help her, and her friend tripped, fell into my mom, knocked my mom down, and she broke her other kneecap.
Holy crap.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time she's broken a kneecap. 2nd time in the past year.
It's a good thing she has 2.
Right? Yeah. Now she's broken one of them twice.
She okay? Otherwise, though?
I mean, yeah, she's all laid up again, got her leg up in the air, doesn't leave the recliner except to go to the bathroom. Like, we'll see. Another 2 weeks, so she's got to go back to the doctors. Luckily, no surgery this time, so
I
that's
was
a
just gonna
plus.
say, is that like a cast and surgery? Or?
Yeah, it's like a big wrap thing around her leg, like, you know, Yo MTV style.
Got it.
Speaking of which, did you see that Kurt Loder is 75?
What?
Holy God!
What?
Yeah, he's older than my dad.
Now I knew that
MTV Kurt Loder.
Yeah.
1945? 45.
Oh my gosh. Psst, Ava, that's a good start to the show.
Yeah, no, Kurt Loder is 75. So
Wow.
I feel that's crazy.
That's older than my mom.
I know, but I mean, how old did you think he was? I mean, he was old.
He was old when we were watching like MTV, like MTV News and stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't think like 40 years older than us.
Yeah, like I thought maybe he's in his late 50s, closing in on 60 now. I wonder how old Matt Pinfield is.
I love that guy.
Who doesn't?
They used to have that metal show on.
That metal show, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's not on anymore.
That was Matt.
No.
That was who was the other one? The Jesse guy. Jesse, that loser. Who was that?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, he was.
Didn't he win like a I want to be an MTV VJ or something like that? Or
Yeah.
I think he came in second. And then like he got a better reaction.
People
then
liked him more.
People liked him more because he was crazy and wild and
On drugs.
Yeah.
I remember because he would show up for a while and everyone's like, "What is going on?" But that was like before. That was pre Carson Daly, I believe, right?
I like Carson Daly.
I know you do. He's only 40 something. He's not that old.
Really?
Yeah.
But he's on Good Morning America now.
Is he? I thought he still didn't he have his last call with Carson Daly still, or is that done?
No, he's not on there. There's like a younger girl doing that now.
Ah. Well, I can't stay up late anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I've been going to bed at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's
I
like
have
9,
nothing to do. Yeah. It's like
8:30,
9
9
and I'm
o'clock.
Well, because life is meaningless now, and there's no reason to be alive. So,
I come home.
Go ahead, Steph.
Sorry, I was gonna say, actually, I have something to look forward to because today they just announced that North Carolina is opening up for visitors March 16th. So
Nice.
our
March 16th next year?
No, this year.
Really?
So,
It's the
yeah.
day before St. Patrick's Day?
May 16th.
Oh, I was confused.
Me too.
So our vacation's back on. So I have something to look forward to in like the beginning of June.
Nice. So you're going
I know.
to break quarantine and go vacation. That's good. Good.
I knew you were gonna get mad, Larry. I'll wear my mask.
I'm in straight dad mode. I don't like this breaking quarantine. There he is. Jesse.
Hello.
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 How you guys doing? Hey.
Good for you.
Good,
So,
thanks.
We were discussing Kurt Loder's 75 and all that fun stuff. So
Oh, yes.
yeah, we didn't realize how old he was. Well, Jesse, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. You're joined by Brian is here. He's the other redheaded gentleman up there. And there's
I'm the other ginger.
Stephanie,
Excellent.
only lady. So that's Stephanie.
Awesome. Holding down the fort. I like it.
Yeah. So we try to hit all bases here. So thanks for coming on. I know we've got some questions for you, but yeah, if you want to give us kind of an overview of what you're doing right now, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, with everything the way it is right now, everything's sort of on pause. So
Yeah.
just, taking it easy. And, I'm in Montreal with my parents, so that's been fun. And yeah, just trying to keep the mind occupied until we get back to set to start on season 2. So,
Awesome.
bit of a waiting game, but it's all good.
That's awesome. So yeah, if anybody doesn't know that we are talking to a giant Netflix star right now. So I just want to let everybody know that.
Yes.
Hardly, but thank you.
Let's put it this way. You're a bigger Netflix star than we are, Jesse. Okay?
I mean, I guess if you really wanna push it, all right, I'll take it.
Yeah, if you put it that way, yeah, you are. You're big.
I mean, it looks like that's a Sidney Crosby jersey behind
It
you.
is. That's true.
Is that Team Canada?
That is Team Canada. I think that's from Team Canada. I know that my father did a commercial with him, and he signed it, and so
No kidding.
that's really, really cool. I wish I could say that's mine, but it's not.
Right, yeah.
You come from a famous family too, so you're like one of the biggest stars we've had on the show. So
Oh, thanks. I mean, I think that's more of an insult to you guys than it is a compliment to me.
yeah, well, we'll take both of them. That's fine.
But no, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah. No, I come from a family of actors, which is kind of a unique circumstance. Both my parents are in the business as well, and my sister. So
That's
Yeah,
exciting.
were you? Did you feel any pressure, like growing up, to kind of try to shove you in it, like you're going to be an actor and you don't have a choice or anything like that?
funnily enough, if anything, it was the opposite.
Really?
When I was born, pretty much since I could speak, I wanted to do it. I'd see my parents on television. I'd go visit my dad or my mom on set, and they're like, "Oh, are you sure this is really what you want to do?" Like, it's a lot of rejection, a lot of uncertainty. It's feast or famine to the extreme.
Mhm.
But I could not be dissuaded. And finally, when I was like 8 years old, they're like, "All right, if you really want to do this, we'll give it a shot." And they've been, amazingly supportive since then. But it definitely was not a case of you got to follow in our footsteps at all.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So
I follow in my mom's footsteps of plumbing supplies. So I felt a lot of pressure to join the family business. My stepdad works in plumbing and my mom.
Excellent.
So I was like, all right, I guess this is my next step.
Well, I mean, just telling you from
you
my
don't feel
perspective, you guys are heroes. You'd be heroes in my house. Just ask my roommates. But yes.
Plumbers?
I mean, the work that we have to do after I'm done in there,
oh my.
We have a solution for that, actually. If you go to biobidet.com, promo code Larry.
Yeah, we're
That is a
big-
great segue, Jesse. We appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, I was in the Czech Republic for a film festival, and we had a bidet in our hotel room, and I fell in love. I won't tell you the rest of our story, but let's just say it was a love affair that cannot be rivaled.
It started off fast and wet and ended the same, right?
Exactly.
Oh. So anyways, Jesse. I'll try and bring us back from that. Wow.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Thanks, Steph. You always take it right to the toilet talk.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
me.
seriously, Steph.
Always.
Ah.
Hey,
Fast icebreaker.
yeah, exactly. So you're on Netflix right now.
hmm
Is amazing. I still can't get over the fact that you're on Netflix.
Neither can I.
Yeah. How excited were you when you found out that was going to happen?
I mean, for like a variety of reasons. I'm a huge like Stranger Things fan. I love, Ozark. I liked House of Cards. And growing up, like my favorite show on TV was Lost. And so when I, got the job and knowing I was going to get to work with Carlton Cuse, who was one of the showrunners on Lost, who's one of the showrunners on Locke Key as well, it was a pinch me moment. It was crazy. It doesn't get any better.
No.
And I was just happy to be around as much as they'd have me. Like every day was a dream. It's crazy. I'm still in disbelief about it.
That you get to do this for a living.
Oh my God. Going to that set every day, it's like literally walking into your television screen and getting to be a part of the process.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. It's awesome.
That is pretty cool. We were just talking before you came on. I'm kind of afraid of the dark. So shows like Locke and Key really,
they get to you.
Yeah, they get to me a little bit on a different level that a grown man shouldn't be bothered by. But that's kind of where I'm at. But I was kind of looking at. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Brian. You had some questions. I was fangirling.
I have a horrible fear of outer space. So we share crazy fears.
That's what I was going to ask you about. Actually, that's what I'm trying to pull up was your tweet.
Oh yes.
So you have a crippling. I'm just going to read your tweet.
Yes.
So you have a crippling, anxiety attack-inducing, may require hospitalization, fear of outer space. You love Star Wars and Star Trek. Watch them at home in pieces.
Yeah.
Because this is all because I'm assuming because Tom Cruise did announce that he was going to be in space.
Craziness.
Yeah, to film a movie, which is nuts.
Like this fear is so ingrained in me that if I got a call from God, who would we say the biggest movie director is right now? Let's just say Spielberg. And he said, dude, you're the lead of the movie. You're going to shoot on the space station. It's going to be incredibly safe. We can like guarantee your safety. I'd be like, no, I can't do it. Like it's no, I can't. There's no way.
Really?
Yeah. It's just always been, I mean, it kind of happened. I guess when I was in high school, I was watching something or thinking about it too much. And I literally had like a full blown anxiety attack. And ever since then, like it was really bad for a little while. And then I got some therapy for it. It's a really serious thing. But I do love those franchises. I love those films. I love, Star Trek, Star Wars. I like Galaxy Quest is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
But I've got to watch them on my own terms. Like if friends and I are going to watch them, like I reserve the right to pause it and I have to like take a few minutes. Like, yeah, it's really bad. It's true.
It sounds like Larry with anything that is in the dark.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
When we lost power from a tornado and Larry lost power, he was sitting in the dark by a window and he's like, it's so dark in here. It's so dark in here. What do I do?
I didn't know what
I get it, man. I totally get it. No shame.
Well, it's funny because I started watching Star Trek Discovery just recently. And so I was watching that and I realized the space scenes, I guess I could see that would be kind of terrifying to be sucked out of space and realize that there's no way back. Yeah, I guess it was.
Is it something specific that kind of...
I think it might be like the lack of control. Like I'll literally sometimes like wake up in the middle of the night and I don't know, be like going on YouTube or something because I can't get back to sleep. And then I'll just think that we're like sitting on this like ball, like floating in the middle of this huge vast thing. And I'll literally like get out of bed and like pace around my room, like going like until like I've calmed down again. Like I don't know what it is. Like it's just, I think it's a control thing. I think it's a fear of losing control. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I haven't really defined it. And I've been in therapy and it's helped, but they've been like, yeah, this is an odd one. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's very bizarre.
Like,
that makes you feel like, well,
were you molested by space or something?
You would think. It's definitely molested my mind. There's no doubt about that.
I'm just curious because it's that's a crazy one. I know the ocean and stuff. Like I don't like the ocean. Yeah, I'm actually afraid of a lot of things. But
I get the ocean thing though.
Molested by the dark?
Maybe.
Okay.
Probably in the dark, actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to talk about it. This is not my therapy.
Minutes in heaven for Larry.
Therapy with Larry.
Oh, this is Jesse's. No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, Jesse, actually, one of the great things about the Locke and Key, I noticed, like, basically, I think it was before the first episode even premiered, you guys got picked up for a second season.
Well, I mean, as far as, like, that's an interesting point. We didn't know that. The cast didn't know that. And I think the creators might have known. I mean, don't come at me, guys, if you listen to this. They might not have. But I think it was like an internally decided thing. We only found out a little while ago, but it seemed like when they announced it, people were like, yeah, we always knew it was, or Netflix was saying that, not the creators.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I have no idea. I was just happy. I was just psyched.
Yeah, because it's one of the things. Actually, another thing we were talking about. We've actually, the three of us, I guess you could kind of say fortunate. Like we've all still been able to work. You know, people still need to get their toilets fixed.
Right.
Larry sells paper or something. I don't know.
Under Mifflin style, I like it.
Yeah.
And I work in the trades. I work in fire protection.
Nice.
So we get calls. Hey, fire broke out. Sprinkler went off. We got to have it replaced. So we've all been kind of working like that.
Hold on,
but
going further, Brian. Jesse, that's Brian's way of trying to name drop our careers compared to your Netflix career.
Yeah, it was smooth. It was smooth.
Yeah, it was nice. Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, now I lost my train of thought. That isn't very hard to do anymore. But no.
I guess how you guys are able to still work.
Yeah, it's kind of been lucky because I'm sure like with the premiere and everything, with all the COVID and everything going around, I'm sure that's probably gotten delayed for you. Maybe even something else maybe you were working on or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I think, and again, like I'm hardly an authority on any actual facts about the production, but I think we would have been going around now. I think that was the rumor. When so back in February, I went to LA for the premiere before everything kind of shut down, and they were kind enough to invite me into the writer's room. And there were, things thrown out, sort of like, oh, well, hopefully in May we'll be going again. So I think that's what they said. But now, I mean, it's kind of an indefinite thing. And that's honestly, like I keep saying, if the biggest price that the cast or the people involved in Locke Key have to pay is waiting a little bit, that's fine. Like,
absolutely,
no worries. It's so low on the list of priorities. Obviously, I want to get back to work.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, this is with what's going on is crazy. And then down here in the States, they're starting to open everything back up like slowly. But it's like baseball. They're like, oh, it was just announced earlier today. The Cleveland Indians announced that they were gonna, we're planning on the season starting July 1st. I'm like, you don't even know what's going to happen with stuff opening up, if that's even going to be pop.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's a bit of a guessing game, and yeah, it's just I guess everyone's just going to be watching everybody that opens up to see what works and what doesn't, and
yeah. Right. But back to Locke Key. Now, you're part of the. You play Doug, Brazil,
I believe. Yeah.
Okay. But he's part of a group called the Savini Squad. Now that that group wasn't in the
comic.
The comics, yeah.
Yeah. So how is that, like, with no source material or anything like that to go off of? You just kind of jump into the deep end, or?
Well, I mean, I did. As soon as I got cast, I did read it anyway, and I read it in like a day. It's so good, by the way. If anybody hasn't read the comics, they're ridiculous. They're so good. But yeah, that actually was kind of fun because, there's this unknown. I mean, there's a couple characters in the comics that I think are sort of an amalgamation that they kind of base them on. Scott is in the comics, Patrice Jones's character, although he's very different in the comics. There's a character named Jamal that Kinsey hangs around with, and I think we're sort of based on that crew. But what's cool is I don't know what our ultimate fates are. I don't know if we make it, if we don't. Like, it's still unwritten, so I think that's really cool. And it was a great move by the writers to give themselves enough DNA from the source material while also like carving out a path should they want to, do new stuff within that world
on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Back. So it was really cool, and he came in and did a cameo too, and I think it's episode 2. Tom Savini with a great little scene with Jackson in a key shop. So he's obviously just a titan, and that was really cool.
Yeah. When he did the thing, I'm like, again, I kind of had to do a double take, and this is one of the shows like I was feeling myself starting to get into, but I just felt like I had a layoff comment. Hey, we're slow, we're gonna take a week off, something like that. So I've kind of been stockpiling my Netflix shows. So I watched I think maybe the first 2, maybe 3. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to have to go back and watch them. But yeah, I started stockpiling all my Netflix stuff. And then every week as it gets close to the end of the week, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get into it. This is it. I'm done after this week. I'm glad I saved all this stuff. And then, you're back to work next week. So it's just,
exactly.
Yeah. So I feel like I should just jump in at this point, but yeah.
It's never too late. It'll always be there for you. That's the great thing about Netflix right now. It's not like the olden days where you'd miss an episode of something and you were screwed until the DVD release.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Larry, just because I'm going for a thing here, you had can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry, you spoke and didn't say anything. You said you had some listener questions?
No, I don't have any listener questions.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you said we did.
No.
Oh, my God.
No. I don't have any listener questions. That's embarrassing.
They're all watching Outer Banks, man. That's what's going on. Outer Banks came out, and they look so good without their shirts on. It's just like they're in boats, man. You can't beat boats shirtlessness in North Carolina. You can't do it.
Yeah, how do you compete with stuff like that on Netflix? You compete with that, like Tiger King and that.
Well, I mean, Tiger King. Who can compete with Tiger King? I
Nope.
mean, that's just craziness. That's
Did
just
you watch-
real life being better. No, and Outer Banks is super fun. I mean, I binged it. I'm really easy though. There's not a lot I don't like. So, I mean, they're all attractive, young people with their shirts off. Who can beat that, and who wants to?
Exactly. Who really wants to compete with that? Nobody.
Exactly.
Is it like a Dawson's Creek?
Yeah, it's sort of like a Dawson's Creeky, like the OC meets a more kind of like adventure, treasure hunting adventure, and it just kind of it ramps up as it goes until, it's almost kind of ridiculous, but it really works within the context of the show. I support them. They're fellow Netflixers, so.
Yeah. Oh wow! See, you can say that now. You can be like, "Well, I'm on, Ozark and Tiger King. That's where I hang out." I
mean, Jason Bateman and I are basically neighbors. Like,
yeah, well,
I'll just call him up. Be like, "Yo, Jay Bates,"
Hey, Jay Bates, you're trending today, and I'm trending 3. So, we're pretty good today. So
exactly.
That is awesome. That is actually awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said that you're in quarantine. Like, you're with your parents in quarantine or
a lockdown? Like
lockdown.
As far as we know, touch wood. I'm knocking on my desk right now. Okay. None of us have been exposed or anything, but we're just we go out for an hour walk a day separately, and we abide by all the rules and just take it easy. It's been nice being back home. I live in Toronto, but I'm in Montreal right now. Okay. So and I was saying, I could go back to Toronto, but there's not really much going on there. My parents like, no, just hang out. Like, so hopefully things will flatten out sooner than we expect, and I can get back to it. But I'm in Montreal right now.
So how do you what do you guys do during the course of the day to keep yourselves not from going insane from being inside?
Please tell me it's watch yourself on Netflix all day.
No, I mean, that's worn off. There is Netflix watching, but I've seen Locke Key too many times to list. But no, honestly, my daily routine hasn't changed a whole lot, which might be kind of embarrassing to admit. I get up and then, as I said, go for a nice hour-long walk, and then I come back, and then it's just reading, throwing stuff on the TV, trying to keep the mind somewhat occupied. Doing the Zoom things with friends, and checking in with people, and hopefully soon it looks like there's some easing going on here as well. So if it's safe,
opening up things.
Exactly.
Okay.
If it's safe, maybe hanging out with people one-on-one. We'll have to gauge that as it comes, but. Other than that, I don't have too many exciting answers. There's some people that do such cool things in lockdown, and I'm just not one of them.
I'm glad to hear that.
Well, I see a lot of people have downloaded TikTok. Are you a TikToker?
I like watching it. My sister and her boyfriend are really getting into it. They're starting to do some fun stuff, and a couple of my roommates back in Toronto, I saw they were doing some funny videos and stuff. I just I don't know. I don't come up with, I think, the really fun, creative, 30-second ideas. As soon as I go, okay, let's do it, I just draw a complete blank. But when I'm sitting judging other people's TikToks, I'm like, what would have been way funnier is if they did like this. And they go, we should do it. And I go, oh, I forgot what I said. Now I'm drawing a blank. So,
You should do a TikTok
Yeah.
where it's like your face, and then have a Netflix and chill thing, and then turn to your face on the TV. That's what you should do.
Exactly.
That's what I would do all day.
I thought you were gonna say like. You were gonna say like put my face on the Outer Banks cast body.
Yeah.
Be like, there you go.
Hey.
See, there I am.
Whatever,
Exactly.
whatever you got to do to get
Exactly.
those clicks. That's all you need, man.
Exactly.
I mean,
Let me
I've
get the
seen
views.
Larry do something very similar.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
But it was on Han Solo and like Chewbacca's bodies. It was kind
Both
of
Yeah.
at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah, they were-
That's fantastic.
Very awkward. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's my
It was Larry's face on everyone's body from Star Wars.
The Princess Leia was the best in all
That was-
Of
fairness.
course. I mean, I can only imagine.
Yeah. No, that's my I heard there's a couple shows. Well, I mean, you guys got picked up for a second season, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So
we did. We did.
One show I was reading, Messiah, did not get picked up for a second season.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. It's a drag. A good friend of mine named Gabe Dark, who was on a show called October Faction that didn't get picked up, which was a drag. That was a show I very much enjoyed. I mean, I don't know the inner workings of how that stuff
How do they
works.
pick
I mean, there's certain shows that I think are slam dunks, like, but I just
Locke Key?
Netflix is so secretive with their numbers.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't share anything.
No, I mean, and they wouldn't share it with me. It's like, what am I going to do with it?
Really?
You know, I don't know.
You're like, I'm going to go on podcasts randomly and just share these nuts.
Exactly. So I've got the Nelson numbers right here, and yeah, exactly.
So
Have you been doing
Okay.
any gaming or anything? Do you game at all?
I do kind of, I think what would be considered lame gaming, which is like I'm playing a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 2, which is super fun, but then I'll play like PGA golf for way too long, like way too long, while listening to a Survivor podcast.
Nice.
There's a really dark underbelly.
Jesse,
So for the record, the PGA games are super fun, and
They
yes, you can just get lost playing them
Yes,
for days,
days.
weeks.
I think we should be more worried about you in quarantine than we really are right now, Jesse. That's
I mean, my golf Survivor obsession is a little off. If anyone follows me on Twitter, I would say 80% of my tweets are about Survivor.
you do tweet a lot.
Is that what you're doing tonight? Are you watching Survivor?
That's not what I'm like. I'm watching it later, but that's not like I don't mind missing half an hour of it because I can DVR it. That's not like what I have planned, but I will be watching it later tonight. Yes. The 2-hour episode, of course, I'll be watching.
My mom is a huge Survivor fan. She's seen like every season, every episode. It was on like, if it's on 8:00, you can't call, you can't text. Like if you're broke down or drunk and need a ride, you have to like wait an hour. If like, you anything, she's like, don't call me. You know what I mean? You have a father, call your dad if it's that important on a Wednesday night at 8:00.
I have a little more leniency. If I've started watching it, I'm not answering my phone.
Yeah.
But I don't mind delaying. But pausing in the middle, somebody better be dying.
Yeah.
But with
I'm like,
Lost, I was
lost
even
my
worse.
hand. She's like, call your father.
Exactly. With Lost, I was even worse because back then you could tape things, but we just didn't for some reason.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Lost, no, you couldn't. Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday at 8. Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, Wednesday at 8,
Wednesday.
ABC. Yep.
Yeah, and that was like I wasn't bullied, but my friends would make fun of me because they'd be like, "Hey, man, we got there's this amazing high school party with all these like hot single girls going to be there. You should come." And I'm like, "No, like, Lost is on. Like,
There's a beast. There's some beast that they found, and they need.
Smoke Monster.
I'm busy.
Exactly.
I wish I was in high school when Lost was on. No, we had viewing parties at the bar. Like we would just take over the
That's
bar
awesome.
down the street from my buddy's house. We'd just be like, "Yeah, go ahead, put on Lost."
Mhm.
All the people that want to watch the sports ball can go over there.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch Lost. They turn the sound on for us, and we just it was a good
That's-
time.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and now that I'm slowly working my way with Carlton. I haven't told them yet that I was that obsessed with Lost, but I'm slowly working my way up there. And by the end of the series, I'll let him know that I was obsessed with his other show.
Are you just dropping like hints and stuff here and there, like
He knows I watched it because like he was like he'll say stories like on set like, oh, when we were on Lost, I'll be like, oh yeah, no, I've seen it, yeah. But he
I
doesn't
watched
know
the documentary and memorized it and
exactly.
Yeah.
I was on the
Commentary, all that.
forums and like getting into like debates with people about the mythology and the love triangle and like
when I was
not
familiar with your made up characters on someone wrote a romance story between the two and I was complaining about the differences. Yes, it was not clear to me at all. Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
I've never done that with Star Wars ever. Sorry.
Oh, I've gotten into the Star Wars debates.
Oh.
I've been sucked in.
So are you do like, I have to talk about Star Wars for a minute.
Please.
It's the 40th anniversary of
Yes.
Empire.
Yeah, I mean which to me is the best one. I think it's not really a hot take to say that people love Empire Strikes Back. I mean, I'm pretty easy. I do have like favorites. I have a list. I'm always afraid to talk about the ones I liked versus the ones I didn't like. But even the ones that I didn't like, I still like enjoyed.
Which ones did you not like? Because you keep saying you're really easy and you like everything, and I want to find out which ones you don't like.
There was none that I didn't like, but I'm scared. This is a scary thing to say in a social situation now.
No one's going to watch this. So.
I'm more of a Last Jedi guy than a Rise of Skywalker guy. I'll say that.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Having said that, I didn't like dislike Rise of Skywalker. I didn't dislike it. I was just sort of like, I was like, I don't know. This whole new one felt like very disjointed to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like it should have just been, as much as I liked Last Jedi, either just have JJ do all three.
Sure.
Or have the same writer do all three.
True.
So it kind of felt like J.J. Abrams went off in one direction. Rian Johnson took it and kind of did his own thing. And then J.J. went, no, and like reverted. And I was like, I had such whiplash, but like I still like had fun. Again, I don't hate any of them. The prequels I wasn't a huge fan of, but I still enjoyed watching them and I would watch them again.
I wasn't a big fan of the prequels when they first came out, but now I've been watching the Clone Wars with my kids and stuff, and now they've aged enough.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough nostalgia, so you don't really have to watch them all the way, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, it's not that bad.
Good point.
Like it starts to turn into, it's fine. It's 20 years ago, it's fine.
Exactly, and I haven't seen all of the Clone Wars series, but it's very good from what I have. So the actual like TV show, yeah. Mm-hmm. So that I think really helps them too. It adds nice context and.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's very well written.
Like my kids, they are like obsessed with it right now. So that's like their Star Wars now. They're like, I'm like, you guys want to watch the original one? They're like, nah, we don't really care. And I'm like, what? Oh, okay, whatever. They're like, we want to watch Ahsoka and Anakin, and I'm like, whatever. This is their kids. Whatever. I'll yell at them. It's fine.
Exactly.
How wrong they are.
Tell them to get off your lawn.
I actually did like. Do agree with you? I did like The Last Jedi. I know a lot of people don't like it for some reason, but I did enjoy it. I think Luke was just like all the other Jedi. I mean, Obi-Wan ran away. Yoda ran away. They all run away. That's what they all do. So
yeah, they challenged him. Exactly. I like the fact that they challenged him. That he wasn't. Since I understand, like when people explain to me their issue, I'm like, I get it. Like that's valid. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just, I like the fact that that he was human. He was challenged and he was wrong and he, made mistakes. But I mean, I get it too. Like. It's not the hill that I'm going to die on,
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you channel Mark Hamill when you get into your roles, or is that a thing? It seems like your eyes lit up there when you were talking about it. So.
Well, okay. Here's the thing: is I really like the character, and I liked him in Last Jedi. I'll tell you this: I don't channel Mark Hamill when I talk about projects I'm in because, geez, like he had no mercy. Like if I was Disney, I'd be like, dude, like will you stop? Like you're just trashing the movie. Every interview you're in.
He's Luke's guy. You can.
Exactly. But I also kind of liked it, even though I disagreed. I was like, I like the fact that he's just like, no, I'm just going to say my opinion. I really do. Mark Hamill's awesome. He's also a really, really talented voice actor too.
The best.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. The greatest.
Yeah.
We all know. There's no need to go into it. We all know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what did you think of the spinoffs?
The spinoff movies?
Yeah.
Okay, this is actually where I differentiate too a little bit. I liked most of them. What's funny is I actually don't know if I've ever finished Rogue One, even though I liked what I saw of it. This is probably a day where. What? Exactly. I probably had a freak out midway through it or something and turned it off. I actually thought from everything that I'd heard going into Solo, I was so scared.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a movie. It was fun. I didn't hate it. I was like, all right. I mean, you can skip it or watch it if you like. It didn't change anything. Like, that's the thing to me too. Like, people go like, oh, you've ruined the originals or you've done this. I'm like, no, they're untouchable. You can remake them and remake them in a terrible way, and it will not affect the originals for me. Because to me, it's like, this is so weird. I think after the original movie, everything else is kind of like a roadmap for the fans. You can watch the ones you like. You don't watch you can make it up. You can do whatever you want.
Sure, absolutely.
So yeah, I didn't mind it. What other ones have there been? There was Solo. There was Rogue One. What am I forgetting here? Am I forgetting anything?
I think that was it.
So one the spin, and then the Mandalorian.
I haven't finished it, but I've enjoyed what I've seen so far.
Yeah, Mandalorian's fantastic.
Yeah.
It very, very, very well done. Probably since Disney took over Star Wars, in my opinion, the best thing in the Star Wars universe has been that.
Oh.
That's, again, not exactly a hot take.
Right.
But, yeah, Solo, everyone was hating on it and everything like that. I enjoyed it. Like you said, it's entertaining, start to finish. There's enough nostalgia in there, and then there's enough different stuff in there that can keep you interested. And Rogue One, I'll be honest, I think that might actually be my favorite Star Wars movie.
It's a good movie.
Really? Okay, I gotta finish it.
It's just the way it ties back in to everything. I thought it was very, very well done.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the acting was good in it. It humor, everything, and it had everything I want in a movie. Like,
the Vader scene.
It's very entertaining. Yeah.
I've seen the Vader scene. That's a YouTube clip that I don't think I could resist. It's pretty phenomenal.
Sure, and that's how everybody's like, I could take a movie of that for like 2 hours. And I'd be like, yeah, it'd be fine. Just watching Vader just destroy people would be amazing.
Yeah, exactly. And, another thing too, and again, obviously George Lucas, he created Star Wars, so he's, pretty much a genius in most sense of the word. If I was working for him at Big George, I want you to do everything involved in this creative process except write dialogue.
Exactly.
You can write the scene breakdowns, you can write all you want, but step away from the computer when writing dialogue.
Exactly. Yeah. The rewatching the original Clone Wars and all that stuff, it's tough to listen to the acting. It's rough. I love you, Padme. Like, okay, it's so bad. It's just so bad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
and you got an Academy Award winner, Natalie Portman, who almost pulls it off, but she's struggling.
You're breaking my heart. Like, come on. Like, it's so bad.
There was something I read a while back. I don't know how true it is because, of course, I got it off the internet. Everything on the internet's true. But it was something along the lines of somebody said, like, on the set of the new Star Wars, especially Attack of the Clones, George Lucas was just telling the actors that don't try to act, just read the words off the paper. And that's why it looks like there's such terrible acting going on. Is because they're just trying to do like a dry run through, or that's what they think they're doing, just reading the dialogue. And then he goes, all right, we got it. Again, I don't know how true it is. Don't quote me on it or anything like that, but I did read that somewhere, probably in some fanboy's made-up mind, that's why the movies weren't that great in his opinion.
Well, I did hear that he's not an actor's director. Yeah, he's more of a technical guy. He's not really an actor's director. The famous story, right? Faster and More Intense. That was his
that's
direction, the first three.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
So I noticed you're watching Westworld as well.
I am.
Are you binging that, or are you just...
I was watching it week to week. It just finished. The last one was the last. Have you guys all watched it?
No, I have not. I actually was going to start watching it. I've seen parts of the original one, and it was like always intriguing to me. So I'm just curious.
The original season or like the original movie?
The original movie. The original.
I haven't even seen the original movie.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah. It does seem weird. Well, Michael Crichton, who wrote it, seems to have a knack for theme parks where the stuff comes alive and attacks the people there.
I know.
It's a great premise, but. No, the first season of Westworld on HBO I thought was like pretty much perfect. I thought it was really, really incredible.
Okay.
And then the second season was a little too convoluted, but it was pretty good. It was okay. Like, I liked the first season a lot more, and this third season was good. I just felt like it would have worked more as a one and done. But I'll watch. Again, I'm super easy.
Yeah.
I'll watch more of stuff that I really like. Like I'm a huge Harry Potter guy, and I'll watch. People are like, oh, I didn't like Fantastic Beasts too. I'm like, no, I'll watch it. Don't care.
Yeah, Jesse, you sound like you like the same kind of movies that I watch. I'm like, oh, this is garbage. Yeah, I'll watch it. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm trying to think of a movie. If there's ever a movie like I passionately hated.
Yeah, is there something you don't like? I mean, you seem like you like everything that comes on.
That I don't like.
Have you seen Velocipaster?
I have. Is that the Netflix or Amazon Prime one?
Amazon Prime.
Okay. Yeah, I saw there's a bunch of them on Amazon Prime. There was like Mega Shark versus Were Hyena or something.
Yeah, you've seen the trailer for House Shark? That looks.
I have seen the trailer for House Shark. Well, I don't know if I could hate that because it's so genius.
No, it looks, and that's like the what's the killer sofa one too? I think it's called Sofa, where it's
Probably.
the love seat that kills people. Yeah, it's kind
Well, there was Deathbed, the bed that kills people, the old Patton Oswalt bit. No, it's just all the sci-fi movies are ending up on Amazon, which are great. That's literally how I used to spend my Saturday, all day Saturday. And whatever the monster was the name of the movie. It was like if the creature they're fighting is troll.
Exactly.
Troll 2, Mega Shark versus Sharktopus. And I'll be how these did not win Academy Awards is beyond me.
Pretty
Velocipaster
baffling.
was severely overlooked. Velocipaster is the best movie of the 21st century, in my humble opinion.
I'll have to watch it. Yeah, see, I can't hate those because I haven't seen them. Oh, I can name a movie I really didn't like, even though it wasn't that everything involved in the movie was okay. It was the movie called The Family Stone. Have you guys seen that movie?
I like that.
I hate every character in the movie. The actors are all good. The actors are all good, and it's not horribly written. It's just like I'm watching. I was like, I don't like anyone. I don't like anyone. But I get into big debates with my friend Alex about this because he loves it as well.
Yeah,
I'm in the minority, and I realize that. So I didn't like that, and also I'm a huge Scream fan.
yeah.
Except for Scream 3.
Yeah.
Don't like Scream 3 pretty passionately.
Yeah. No.
Why?
No. Did you like Scream 4?
I liked it better.
What?
I don't blame you. No, Scream 3 is, in a word, not good.
No. It got too meta. Like,
yeah.
Scream 1 and 2 were so good because they made references. They were funny. Scream 3 was like, let's push this even further. Let's have them on the set of the movie based on the first movie.
Exactly.
I was like,
so it wasn't because of Courtney Cox's bangs?
No.
Well, those weren't great either. I also thought it was, honestly, the best part of Scream 3 is Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah.
That's the best part of Scream 3.
Okay.
Parker Posey, who I love, she's really funny. She's hilarious. Is in a different movie. She's in a completely different film. She's in some kind of sitcom movie.
Differently, yeah.
Yes. I strongly dislike Scream 3, which is another debate my friend Alex and I have. He likes it more than Scream 4. Anyway, this is so nerdy, but yeah. Every year on Alex's birthday, we watch Scream 1 and 2, and if we're still awake, which we never are, we'll watch 3 and 4. So I'll watch it, but I don't
You
like
drug
it.
him so that he falls asleep before 3, so that you don't have to watch it.
I should. I have
Like,
pretended
go
to be tired so that I could leave and not watch it. And they also killed off Liev Schreiber, which is you don't kill off Liev Schreiber.
Oh,
That's-
no,
or at least not in the opening scene of the film.
Yeah.
These are sacrilege.
Spoiler, Steve.
Sorry.
No,
My
it
bad.
just brought back all these memories of like Scream 3. I haven't seen it in so long, and now I just picture.
That's okay.
I remember the scene where they were in a golf cart driving from set to set. Or something. I don't know why I remember that. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, that is a bad movie. God.
I think
Jay and
actually-
Silent Bob are in it.
Yes, I was going to say there was a Jay and Silent Bob reference.
I was like, where are we going now? Like, this is so ridiculous. Like, how far? Like, now it almost became Scary Movie.
I was
like,
gonna say,
it got that ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Scary Movie meets Scream. Yeah, it was
Exactly.
crossing point, where the two streams cross. Oh,
I don't love. Oh my god, I'm so scared because I never know what I'm going to audition for. Although I doubt I will. I don't love the new Jurassic Park movies. I'm not a huge fan.
Jesse, if you get in a Jurassic Park movie, that would be amazing.
It would be amazing. I would die pretty quick.
Yeah,
I think it's about land speed, and I'm in big trouble. But I'm not in love with them. I like Chris Pratt. I like everyone. I like Bryce Dallas Howard. I like everyone in it, and they keep bringing me back. Like I saw Jurassic World. I didn't really like it that much, but I still had fun. Like it was what it was. And then I was like, I think I'm done. And they're like, well, Jeff Goldblum's coming for the next one. I was like, okay, well, now I have to see it. The news did 3 seconds past his back. So now I'm gonna go see it.
Of course.
Yeah.
They keep warning me. They're getting my money, so they can't complain too much.
Well, that's actually one of my biggest gripes with or one of the movies that I hate the most. Like I love the original Jurassic Park. I was huge dinosaur nerd growing up. Like currently thing 60 feet from where I have to work, and I'm not allowed to go over there because of the COVID-19. They're like, everything is closed except right where you're working. I'm like, right
That's
there.
brutal.
But so I love the original Jurassic Park. I read the book. When the second book came out, The Lost World, I picked that up immediately, fell in love with Michael Crichton's writing, all that stuff. Then the second movie happened, and I was like, okay, this isn't bad. And then the T-Rex went to San Diego.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, come on. There was great. I mean, actually, I read something today that the Triceratops poop didn't smell, and someone had a breakdown of why the Triceratops poop didn't smell in the movie today on Reddit. And I was like, this is what the internet's for. So this is good.
I'm not too cool. I don't mind Lost World. I'm not too. I'm okay with it. You're right. It got silly at the end. There's no question. But I was like, all right, I could get past the ending because overall I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
Then I hate Jurassic Park 3 very passionately.
No, that movie never happened.
Whoa! You mean where the raptor wakes up on the plane where he's like Alan, like that?
That's actually probably the best scene of the film.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. But it's just so dumb. Like the kid he'd be so dead.
Oh,
There's no
absolutely.
chance that kid would be alive. And their whole plan was stupid.
Yeah,
Let's charter a small plane and fly over the island, and it was just I
for a movie about dinosaurs. That was stupid.
Yes,
that was stupid.
I liked William H. Macy and Tia Leone though; they were fun.
Yeah, well, you didn't like it. Did you like the new Jurassic Park? What was the reboot one with Chris Pratt? The first one.
Jurassic World. No, I don't love those.
You didn't like where the T-Rex yelled at the top of the mountain? I mean, come on.
That was cool. There's moments in it that are great. Like some of the fights with the dinosaurs are cool.
That was so.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not crazy about it overall.
The whole time I watched, I'm like, a raptor cannot. You know what? Forget it. I'm like, what am I arguing about? I'm like, this
exactly.
I mean, if you want to get tactical, the Velociraptors were actually not even close to that size. They were way smaller than that.
Yeah.
If you want to get into proper size, you should have went with the Utah Raptor, but the movie was already filming when they discovered the Utah Raptor.
You have opened a can, Jesse. See?
It's all over now.
Well, it is 7:45, and I know you've got to go, so I don't want to keep you too long. I know.
No worries.
Yeah. The one thing I did want to ask, I know you did.
I'm not trying to kick you off. I'm saying you have Survivor at 8.
I can stay. It's not Survivor. I got another 10 minutes. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm like, I know where we rank.
It's not. It looks bad. It looks really bad because it's 8 o'clock, but it's not. At 8:01. Here we go. Survivor's ready. Go.
I just know where we rank on Jesse's level right now. He's like, all right, I've got to go to the bathroom.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, nothing ranks above Survivor.
Okay. All right. Good.
But no, I promise that's not mine.
That's okay. All right, Brian, you had a question?
Going back to the family and stuff like that. You know, you come from an acting family. Are there any projects where all of you have been in, or is there anything in the works? Maybe you're trying to do something where, you know, you can get the whole family involved in something?
There's nothing that all of us have been in. When I was in CEGEP, which is the Quebec version of college, I was in a film program, and I would write like silly little shorts for my parents and I to be in. But professionally, my dad and I were in a Netflix movie together called Good Sam, which is just a really kind of nice light movie about a reporter tracking down a good Samaritan. I play the reporter's cameraman, and my dad plays our boss. So that was really fun. That was really special. Cool. I wrote a pilot with a friend that we were pitching around for a while that my dad was in. That was really fun. And my dad and I are always kind of writing stuff around. But no, I've never acted with my mom. I'd love to act with my mom. But mostly it's been stuff I've written, except for Good Sam, which was really cool.
Yeah, so Netflix twice.
Exactly. They've been really good to us.
I think he knows more about Netflix than he's letting on.
I think so too.
I think so.
I
You
think
never
he's
know.
he's definitely an executive over there. He's in all of the writers' rooms.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to know about? You just asked me.
What happens on the next season of Stranger Things?
Let's just say there might be a crossover with Joe Exotic. That's all I'm
Oh, wow.
There's a reason Steve Harrington's hair is that long.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Steve Harrington is probably my favorite character in television in the last 10 years. I love Steve Harrington.
Yeah. No, I definitely know.
The lovable badass.
Exactly. I've got a thing for. I really like the redeemable characters, the ones that start off you thinking that they're dicks, and they end up being really cool people. Like my favorite character on Lost was Sawyer.
Yes.
Yeah, I love those.
He's like a Han Solo.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why that works so well.
Yes.
So you'd really like Larry because we all think he's a dick at first.
And we're correct.
Oh, and then
he doesn't redeem himself, though.
Fair enough.
Wow. Yeah, I don't ever redeem myself. That's a problem. I never get to the Han Solo part.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just get to the solo part. That's all.
Well, it was like we started drinks with Larry, and then 6 months later, selfish Larry gets sober.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, you can still drink other stuff.
Yeah, I drink lots of other things. I drink lots of other liquids. It's fine. It's not.
Yeah, LaCroix.
Drink a lot of LaCroix and seltzer water. Yeah, it's great.
LaCroix is good. Yes, absolutely.
So, what else do you have down the pipe? I mean, I know you said you were going to try out for like Jurassic Park. You're going to try out swimming for the new movie. I'm assuming you're going to try out for the live action Hercules movie.
I've tweeted a couple things into the stratosphere, and I think I'm going to be really lucky with all of them. So the guy, there's a guy who just got signed on for the new Marvel movie. He's this really, really talented Canadian actor, and he tweeted about wanting to be the first Asian superhero. I don't know if you guys know this story. And then a year later, he just got cast as the new Marvel hero. So I was like, "Yo, Marvel, time for a fat superhero. I'm ready. Give me a shout." And this is a fun story because they're doing a Scream reboot. And a couple years ago, they did a show, they did a TV series. Which I watched it, which is all I'll say about that.
As did I.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was on TV at my house, and I watched it.
Yeah.
I sought it out.
Yeah, I wanted to audition for it, and so I messaged my agent. I was lucky enough to have an LA agent at the time, and I said, "Listen, I know I'm nobody. I know they have no idea who I am. I'll do anything to be on this show." This is before I saw the show. Yeah. "I'll do anything to be on this show. What do you think? Like, can we try to get in there?" And I got the greatest email back from my agent of all time. She's like, "Hey, so we reached out to casting. They watch your demo. They really respond to you as an actor. They very nice stuff."
I missed that.
My house phone ringing there.
I missed that whole part of what your email was because the internet crapped out on my thing.
I was going to say, it looked like you were being so attentive, but then I noticed that you just were not moving at all.
Yeah, I was like,
"Oh, wow, this is great." And then I realized after like 10 seconds, you were just like, so,
I'm sorry.
No.
Can you just repeat it so I have it on the show? I want to make sure it's recorded. That's all.
Yes, of course. So a couple years ago, there was a Scream reboot, and I really, really wanted to be a part of it. So I emailed my agent saying, I'll do anything to be on this show. And I got the greatest response back that I could have ever dreamed of. And I understood completely. They were like, "Hey, Jesse, we sent your demo. They really responded to you as an actor. They think you're really funny, all this great stuff." They go, "But you just don't make a convincing red herring because physically they would know it was you." It's like, can you imagine? It's like, "Guys, who do you think it is?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, it's Dave. I mean, look at him." And I literally read that and I was like, "You know what? Yes." Like, I just agree. So I was like, enough said, no problem. Damn. So excited to watch the show. Thank you.
Nice. All right. Well, yeah. I guess when you come down to acting, that's important, right?
Of course. And I did bother because I was like, that's just true. Like, I couldn't be a red herring. It's like, can you imagine if the whole season, like, Ghostface is like tall and thin, and then like in the last episode, I'm like, "Hello, Sydney," and all of a sudden they pan out, and like all of a sudden I'm big again. It's like that's a cheat that you can never come back from. Let alone in Scream 4 when the killer is well short of what the body double was the whole time. But that's okay.
Well, that's a Scream 4 thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
You just reminded me of the scene from Beverly Hills Ninja where Chris Farley steps around from the pole and he's just like, "Hey."
Exactly. Exactly. They're just, very funny. So coming down the pipeline, I would just say, to people who are listening, keep watching Locke Key if you haven't seen it. And hopefully I'll get back to work soon and more exciting things will happen.
Absolutely. So where can people find you? Online?
You can follow me on Instagram. There's some fun behind the scenes stuff there. I still haven't perfected my persona on there yet, but there's some fun stuff. I'm under Jesse J.D. Camacho. I think the last thing I put on there was that I wanted to play James Garretson in the Joe Exotic movie with Nicolas Cage. So there's that. And then on Twitter, I'm at Jesse115115, which was my homeroom in high school. So that shows you how often I change that up.
Yep.
You might get one funny tweet from me a year, which is pretty sad, seeing as I tweet 4 or 5 times a day.
Your tweets are all funny. What's the problem? I was laughing.
Oh, thanks.
Reading them. They're all Survivor themed.
That's true. If you're not a Survivor fan, you're gonna want to mute me and quick. Speaking of which, I'm probably gonna have to start tweeting about Survivor really soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tune in, follow, and then immediately. Up next up. Yeah.
Exactly. God damn it, Boston Rob. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming on, Jesse. We really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thank you guys. And anytime, let's do it again sometime soon.
Oh, we
Absolutely
absolutely will have you back on because you are on Netflix, and we want to keep saying that we know someone who's on Netflix. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when the next time I'll be on Netflix is. I guess it depends when this ends. But yeah, of course, anytime. I'd love.
Absolutely, we'll have you back. Watch Velocipaster, and then we will have you on, and we want to discuss the acting skills and all the behind the scenes and everything for Velocipaster with you.
Let's do it. I will watch it and cry.
Yes, you will cry. You will cry a lot.
Tears of joy.
Exactly.
All right, Jesse, awesome. We really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much.
Right,
Thank you, guys.
And
I'll see you soon.
Enjoy your
Stay safe.
Night.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Okay.
That was Jesse Camacho. Locke and Key star.
Very good guy.
Big star.
I kept getting technical difficulties, so I'll have to do some editing. But
yeah, well, I think on Zoom you're fine. The audio, like since you're recording the audio separate, might be an issue. But I think on Zoom, since you're recording there, I think it's fine on Zoom.
Well, we'll see what happens. But
yeah, we'll find out. Hopefully it doesn't get destroyed and we just lose everything.
Yeah,
that was great. That was a good time.
I'll throw it up on Facebook and YouTube and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Jesse's a great guy. Make sure you follow him. All that fun stuff.
Cool.
Everybody out there.
Well, we will hopefully get more interviews because that's a lot more interesting than what we normally put out. So
yeah, normally we put out what my dog smells like she did in the house while I was sitting here.
Yeah, what we put out is Triceratops poop. It doesn't stink, but nobody wants to look at it.
Correct. That is one big pile of shit.
That should be that is one big pile of shit. You are absolutely
might be my favorite line of Jeff Goldblum's career.
It might be the new tagline for Drinks with Larry. Drinks with Larry might be one big pile of shit.
No, glad we did a smaller show though. Not like no offense to
Matt and Aaron, but
Matt and Aaron, they we asked them and Matt said no, and Aaron's like I don't know who that is. So
Aaron would have regaled him with his ninja skills.
Yes, and well, Aaron would have just sat in the corner and like kickboxed a bag. And Jesse would have been like, "Why is he doing that? Just he's just there. Just let him be. He's our special friend."
Load more internet down. All right. Well, you guys take care. I guess I don't know what to say. I was going to say have a great weekend, but I'll probably talk to you between now and the next show. So
yeah, probably in about 5 minutes when we start texting in the other group chat about how great that went.
Probably. That'll be great. So we will we'll end on that note. Check out Jesse, great guy.
Make sure you check out Locke and Key. You're not doing anything anyway.
Yeah, Locke and Key.
May as well watch a great show.
You're locked at home with no keys.
It's a lockdown keys.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah. Civilized Creatures Entertainment Network, Drinks with Larry, Twitter, Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Stephanie, Brian.
Absolutely. Good night.
That is
or good day or good morning, whenever you're listening to this.
Bye-bye.